Welcome to The Burning of the Midnight Amp, where we are dissecting music history album by album and track by track. We have now come to the second track on Sparks' 18th album, Balls, from 2000. And this track is called More Than a Sex Machine. This was also the first single from the album, released in 1999, almost a year before the album come out. So, a contemporary Los Angeles Times profile called it a lament of an overworked lover and suggested that it operates as kind of an answer song to Sextown, USA, in a way. Not musically, I think we could say. And it's also one of those tracks that was often singled out as one of the better songs of those that defended the album and liked it. So, yeah.
Let's go.
Jump into it.
First time listen.
Here we go.
Here we go.
a sex machine. I'm much more than this. More than a sex machine. I really do exist. More than a sex machine.
Yes.
Yes. I can understand this being a single because it's a very catchy track.
It's kind of a natural continuation in a way from Gratuitous Sex as well.
Yes, I was thinking that it's not that big of a departure sonic-wise. There's a very bouncy bass and bouncy drums, and the melody being sort of like molasses, sticky, is almost like the horns in the background. He almost sings like the horns. Like it's slow and then it builds up. It reminded me of a tango.
Yeah, in a way it does.
I can imagine this being sung in French by Grace Jones with an accordion. Something.
Grace Jones is a good
like
good analogy. Yeah.
I would have loved to hear this with her. Yeah.
So some. Yeah, bouncy, poppy, tango-ish track about someone complaining that they also read books. They're not just a sex
only
machine.
A sex machine.
So yeah, it's a fun track. I like this, and I don't think it was too long, but I will assume that the single edit was edited a bit down for the single.
Yeah, that's the radio edit, I think.
Yeah.
And you mentioned thematically that it was linked with Sex Down USA.
But
even though
it was mentioned, by someone.
even though it feels more thematically linked with all you ever think about is sex.
Yeah. Maybe also linked to the first track, you only need a balls. If you're going to be a sex machine, I guess you need some balls. I mean, you need to have the confidence. It seems like a person has been a sex machine or been a very attractive person, popular with the ladies for a long period, but he's grown tired of it. That's the kind of sense I get.
Yeah, I do as well. Also that is saying, oh, what a time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking back to how things were.
You never asked, are you well read?
Yeah.
With a nice line, still phony rhymes with phony.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You never sought a sensitive side. Well, this is an eternal problem.
If you're Russell, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know a lot about the two brothers' personal life, but I think I've read that Russell has been quite popular among the ladies. Whether he was regarded as a sex machine or not, that's not for me to say.
Well, he's certainly more than that.
Oh, yeah.
That we can agree on, yeah.
That's true. And it might have been Ron writing these lyrics as well.
Yeah, so what do we know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
True.
No, but musically, it's it feels like I said, more like a continuation from Gratuitous Sex. Not necessarily a continuation, but more, the natural evolution maybe into the later 90s from that And there's a nice bridge between these two albums. Doesn't sound much like the first track, for example.
No, it
Which is
doesn't.
also good.
This is not because the first track does come as a bit of a surprise. While this is more like a classic Sparks at this moment.
Yeah, exactly. It was released as a single, as I mentioned, only in Germany. WEA came in 3 different versions: 12-inch vinyl and 2 different CD singles. It had the radio version, a Sparks definitive version, which is slightly different. I have listened to it. I can't say it's significantly different, but it is slightly different.
Slightly more definitive.
2 funky people. They made remixes of it. Full vocal disco fever mix and more than a sex dub.
More than the sex dub.
There was also edit of that, disco fever radio edit. And there's one called Whirlpool Sex Dub as well, which I'm not sure who made, but it's on the German maxi CD version and the 12-inch version. And Aeroflot as well was on as an additional track, a B-side you could say, which is one of the album tracks we will come to quite soon. It's track 4.
Not a remix, just album.
Yeah,
track.
that's just the album version. And the definitive version, that was also released on the 2022 expanded edition as a bonus track. There was no music videos made for this. That was only for the next single, The Calm Before the Storm. Although you get these visualizers later on, in later years, but that's not the same, is it? As I mentioned, this song that often been singled out as one of the better ones on the album by reviewers, even those that were maybe not quite as positive to the album, also mentioned this song as one of the highlights. Classic pop. Compared it to Pet Shop Boys.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that, as usual.
Yeah, not uncommon around this time for Sparks. Live, it wasn't played a lot. It's mainly around 2000 when the album came out. It is on the Balls tour. It was filmed and released on Live in London DVD. And of course, it was played in 2008 when they did the whole album.
Could this also have fit on U2's pop album?
No,
Because it's been too long since I actually listened to that.
I wouldn't say that.
The pop or discotheque? No.
No.
No, I didn't get any YouTube vibes from this. Did you?
That's what I'm wondering if I they kind of go into this type of landscape as well.
It's been too long since I listened to those albums too. So I can't say.
Yeah.
Not discotheque, I think, at least. Yeah. There's another song here in my notes that is fans, those that had linked this song to La Dolce Vita from 1979.
Yeah.
Just,
Melody-wise, that's not too far-fetched.
yeah, but also lyrically-wise. It's also about that would be a younger man. Maybe that's a young version of it, of the singer, and here we have 20 years later. Yeah, some thematic connection there. Apart from that, I don't have much else in my notes. Even though it was a single, it wasn't charting anything. It didn't have a video. None of the mixes. I couldn't find any of the mixes on YouTube. Except for the definitive version, which obviously is on Spotify. But all the other mixes, they aren't there. So it's definitely a bit more under the radar singles here than we had on Gratuitous Accents and Violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a top tier song for me, but it's a solid track.
I think it's a pleasurable track, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I like this one as well.
that's good.
I feel it's a small step up from the opening song.
Probably. It's hard to compare them because they're so different. But Balls can maybe get a bit tedious. in the long run. It shouldn't have been longer than it is, at least. But obviously it
Yeah,
isn't,
yeah.
so...
Yeah.
yeah.
And that is maybe one of, probably not just this album, but, the songs could have perhaps been a bit shorter in general.
Maybe that's when you are producing it themselves. Do not have an
Yeah,
external producer. It's maybe could have helped slightly, making them a bit
Slightly,
more
yeah.
sharper here and there. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I don't. I wasn't sitting and waiting for it to be over to say it like that either.
Oh.
No. But okay, let's move on to track number 3 then, Scheherazade. Yet another different track, I think we could say.
That it is. Exciting about that title?
Yeah, it's the narrator from 1001 Nights,
Exactly.
Arabian Nights.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, but before that, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think of More Than a Sex Machine. Scheherazade will come in a couple of days. And until then, big thank you for everyone who was watching and listening in to this episode. And you must all have a goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you soon.